Well, good evening and welcome to Cab Crew Live. I want to welcome everybody in tonight and I want to say hi and hello to everybody. And let's see, we got Schuylkill River Valley. Hello, John. We've got Mom and Son's Trains Railfan. We've got Cruz and Hutchinson's. Good evening, Wigwag Workshop. And we've got Lynn McCurdy. Hey, Lynn, how you doing, my friend? And let me see here. I think I got everybody. Um, yeah, I think we got everybody. So, like I always say, I only go up once a month now, which really works for me because I'm just a busy person, and I sure miss you all, guys, and I enjoy going live, and I enjoy doing it. And hello, Boxcar Jerry. Good evening. And I think it's been 4 or 5 weeks since I've been live. I think there's an extra week. So I'm really excited to do this interview tonight with none other than StormySky Rail Productions. So before we get started, I want to see a show of hands up in the chat that you guys are ready to talk to Jenny and Steve from StormySky Rail Productions. They're one of the fastest growing Railfan um, content creators on YouTube, and it's an honor to have them up tonight. So give me a show of hands that you guys are ready, and let's do this. So let me see some hands. I got Wig. Okay, we got Wigwag. We got a hand there from Wigwag. Hands ready. Lynn McCurdy says, "Okay, let's do it." Here we go. Well, hello, Jenny and Steve.
Hello, we have Stormy the cat here. Two of us that jumped up and wanted to be a part of it already.
All right. Well, we're all animal loving people here for sure. So, well, hello, Jenny, and hello,
Hi.
Steve. And so it's a pleasure having you two up tonight. And like I said, you guys are one of the fastest growing rail fanning content creators on YouTube. So, like I said, it's a pleasure to have you guys up on my show. And I think a lot of people want to ask some questions tonight. And but before we get to all the questions, folks, we're going to hear from Jenny and Steve how they got started in all this. So, with none other, I'm going to start with okay. My first question is going to be is how did you guys get started on YouTube?
It was back. We had another YouTube channel back when our old Facebook group page was in effect, and that Facebook group page got disbanded. And we've started up a new Facebook group page, and my old father figure Skip, who was president of Milwaukee area Skywarn, he him and I were sitting there at the dinner table eating, and I said, Skip, we need to come up with a new YouTube channel name, and we can't have the same name. And then we put our heads together, and it was kind of mutual. The thought of our two interests, uh, trains and weather, to put it together. Our old group was that, and the new group and channel was going to be the same thing. So we're interested in railroading, trains, and weather spotting, storms, and all that stuff. So we put both interests together, and all of a sudden it started to come together. How about StormySky? And I said, yeah, that sounds good. How about Rail Productions? And we both, it slid off the tongue on both of us mutually. StormySky Rail Productions. Skip told me, make sure you kind of keep it low key for a few years, see what happens. That was in 2017. So we're kind of just playing around with it, just kind of dumping videos there as we wanted to. And then he told us, he says, I guarantee you that channel is going to go places for you. It rolls right off the tongue, real easy to remember, real unique. And unfortunately, a few years ago, he passed away of cancer. So Um, if this is a sign from him up above, that's great. Thank you very much from all of us. He was a great inspiration. Taught me a lot of how to deal with things in the public eye, including deal with everything from the National Weather Service locally here with a lot of important people and all that stuff. So that carried over to this and how we act towards others because we want to treat others how we would want to be treated, and that's why we behave as we do, very professionally. We want a family oriented channel, not a lot of garbage and not a lot of filth. Um, it's it started taking off on us big time a year and a half ago, and we started posting videos every day, and we started doing things every day. Well, we can't thank enough all the supporters out there. There's a few people out there. There's many supporters out there, but just to name a few, CCRX 6700, man, he did something. All of a sudden, our channel exploded. And then, of course, Pappy, he's another one that really. But then we got some other guys, JJ Drones, Jason from JJ Drones. He was a great. Um, and I'll stop right there. Yes, I do have an amateur radio's license. Kilo Charlie 9 Victor X-ray whiskey. I'm a general class. So all of a sudden, our channel just started exploding, and then we're noticing all this interaction, and we're starting to have fun here. So in the last year of 2022 has been a wild ride for us. A ton of work. We have posted a video every single day for a year and a half. Jenny and I do most of the editing. And one thing I will stop there, I will like to thank, and he's in the chat now, a huge shout out, a huge thanks you to our third member of this channel who works feverishly behind the scenes, helping us with notifications, promoting the channel, getting video up on his end, is Dave Nitch. He has been such a huge part of this channel behind the scenes. Not many people, he's not exposed as much as we are, but man, I tell you, he's a great friend, and we brought him aboard. He asked if he could help out, and we said, sure, that would be great. So he is the third person that runs this channel. We're a team, and it's all a team effort, and I would like to really thank him from the bottom of my heart. If it wasn't for him, Jenny and I would be more swamped than what we are. So what he does behind the scenes is very important, and sometimes that reassurance is good, what people need. So I never thought we would be this far. I was a very shy person growing up, and of course I got 25 years with the Canadian Pacific Railroad, and pretty much
So
opened up
So
then.
Steve, let me stop you there. So, okay, so you were actually in the railroading industry, correct?
Yes, I was in the maintenance away department, section foreman for most of it, and track inspector at the end.
So, did you enjoy my last video that I put out? Honk if you love MOWs.
Yeah, yeah. Pretty much
And
what
I
refers
didn't
to.
even know that, so I just had put that up there. So go ahead,
It's a lot of.
explain about the railroad.
Well, the rail industry, a lot of rail fans think of us as a pain in the rear end because they can't see the trains. Well, we need to get our track time so we can get things done so we can get home to our families also. So, um, and hello, Daryl, Sky Team, what's happening? Mystic, hello. And anyway, it was a lot of fun when I started. I was raised under a lot of the Milwaukee Road guys. I got taught the old-fashioned way when I started how to railroad. Everything was done by hand, which I'm glad I got to learn the art of railroading, spiking by hand, and well, of course, at the end we did a lot of it still by hand, but um, we didn't have hydraulics when I started, and I'm glad I got to learn all that, and I got to learn how to bend a stock rail, without having a factory do it, a pre-bent stock rail. That's an art that a lot of the modern day railroaders it's lost.
So you were actually throwing a pick and axe. I mean, drawing into the rails. I mean, the spikes.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite job, and if I could still do it now, I always grab the spike mill on a spike. I could windmill them very well into the tie, and I used to double spike with my old foreman.
Yeah,
Back then. It was
that's
awesome.
almost like an art in itself
It
to be
is.
able to hit that head. Yeah.
It is, and I could put a spike in 3 swings back before my open heart surgery, when my upper body strength was great. And then I put ties in by hand. We tamped up ties by hand with a winding bar, which was, oh my gosh, all that back then. But then we got hydraulic tools, which made our job easier, but still nothing was easy about the railroad. It was tough, but I tell you what, we had a good camaraderie amongst everybody, a good brotherhood. There's days I couldn't wait to get to work. Um, we had so much fun. At the end, it was a little trying. I'm not going to go into details, but we all know the name of Harrison. It wasn't a pleasant environment back then, but I'll leave it at that. But then I had a second open heart surgery. So I had a mitral valve replaced 4 years ago and blood thinners. And unfortunately, the railroad's not going to allow me back because of the thinners. In case I'm out by myself, I bleed very easy. So, I got 25 years of service. I got what I got. And now I'm enjoying it a lot now. There's days where I got down because I feel I should still be out there swinging spikes and stuff. But
Yeah.
I owe, and I'm gonna give a shout out to Dave CCRX. He inspired me personally after we got going talking, and showing my skill, not showing, teaching my skills verbally or what we did on the railroad, in this platform that we have on YouTube. And so he gave me another way to do it, which has been astonishing. And I really thank him dearly for inviting me out to the mine to ride along with him under my own expenses, to show people what we did at CP. Obviously, it's different all over the country with different railroads, different regions. They do things differently everywhere you go. And since I've been gone, policies change all the time, techniques change all the time, but I still got to share with people in a broader audience what we did, which is amazing. My mentor and who taught me a lot on the railroad is my good foreman who passed away 2 years ago of cancer, which was a shock to the whole system. I miss him dearly. He was a great foreman, and I had a lot of great other Milwaukee Road guys mentor me, and a lot of the old heads, and it was an honor working for them guys. And I looked at the seniority roster a few weeks ago. I still do, and I'm on top of the seniority roster now. It's like, holy cow, I feel old now. Holy cow. So if miracles would happen, I would go back, which is never going to happen. I could bump in wherever I please. So that's pretty much my railroad background. Do you lay your model railroad track? I wish no, I don't. We don't have a model railroad. I wish we did. I like modeling yet. I like modeling.
We have models.
We have a lot of models sitting, waiting to be used. I don't know if I would or not. my eyesight's not as great as my nerves aren't as great as when I was younger. I modeled big time when I was younger, but then growing up, I had a previous marriage. She gave me two boys. I raised them myself, and then the railroading was more of a job instead of a hobby. So and now they're in their 20s, and now I'm on permanent disability, and now I'm back into the hobby. So and then it was fortunate. Jenny and I met out of the blue on our Facebook group page, and just met, and now we're married. 5 years we're married, knowing each other 7, and she likes trains more than I do. Sometimes I'm like, instead of getting, "Where are you? Aren't you going to be home for dinner yet?" I get, "Well, that locomotive's coming, so just a heads up where it's at. You can stay out as long as you need to get it." I'm not used to that yet, so.
So okay, so I see Jenny's patiently waiting because she wants to say something.
Sorry.
So
Go ahead.
I'm reading the
where
question.
okay, so I personally want to know, Jenny, where do you stand in all this? I mean, are you a railroad buff? Are you a rail fanner? Or you're trying to get Steve to start a layout? Where are you in this picture? I want to know.
I wish we had room for a layout, but we don't. I like trains. Ever since I was a kid, we had a small, sheet of plywood, and we went to the train museum.
Oh gosh.
Apparently, the cat wants to say something about it. I don't know. I just so I'm more of a rail fan, I'd say.
You're more of a rail fanner, you think?
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Pappy.
Thanks, Pappy. I wish you would have been with us last week when we saw you.
So, so do you have Jenny? Do you have any terminology for some of the trains out there? I mean, do you know some of the locomotives? Can you
Some of
can
them.
you shout
What do you
out some
mean, all
locomotives?
of them?
No, I don't know
Shout
all
out
of them.
can you shout out some locomotives that you know?
Well, I mean, the obvious like ST40-2s and GP30s are my favorite, along with BL2s, switchers of any kind.
Oh, awesome! Wow, look at
I
you, boy.
specialize in the track department, and she's like, "Oh," I asked her, "Well, I know the engine number SD40-2s or GP9s." She's going, "Oh, that's an XT40-2 5C rebuild." I'm like, "Okay." I have no idea.
Oh, hey, look, looks like you're with the right woman there, Steve.
Yeah.
That's for sure. You're definitely with the right woman. Pappy says she's no lightweight with trains.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's good. I mean, because I often wondered, and you explain very very well on who Dave is, and Dave's a very big member of your team. And I mean, look, I want to look. I'm going to bring myself. I'm going to put us all up on there. I myself, thank you guys for all the support and love that you've given my channel, and I'm sure everybody feels the same way because everywhere I turn, there's a comment from either one of you three, and it's just not a comment. It's something nice to read, and really that's what I'm all about. I like to read the comments. I don't really care about the likes, but don't stop giving likes. I mean, I'm not too worried about the views. I mean, I really like to read the comments. That's just me personally. But I can tell you, every time once in a while when I put up a video, I always look for your guys and other people's as well, because you guys are always good at commenting, and to me, I appreciate that. I really really do. And like mom and sons, Tammy and Ray, we appreciate you both, Steve and Jenny, for your support.
oh, and thank you both
Thank
too.
you both too. You guys, yeah, I mean, everybody has been so great in this rail fan community on YouTube, and it's just been what a ride it's been so far. Meeting new people,
Right.
new and old, and it's just meeting just some great genuine people out there. Just and that's why we're genuine. We're genuine. We're not putting on acts. We're not acting rude. We're not. This is the way I was brought up in the professional community by Skip, and this is how we are. We love having fun with people. We love meeting people. We love just the camaraderie.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Well said. Yeah. And that's what it is for me is as well. I Hello. Good evening, Thomas. Um, and like I said, everywhere I go, I open up and I see that someone from StormySky Rail. Hello, Anthony Dodge. And it's nice comments to read. And like I said, that's what I'm all about. I like reading the comments, And Lynn McCurdy, Lynn McCurdy, he put, "Oh, I thought I was the only one that reads comments." Lynn, that's why I always give you good stuff to read, my friend. So, but at any case, so now, so now you guys are monetized. And did you, I mean, was that a goal of yours or was that just something that kind of came up or?
It
An added benefit.
It's an added benefit. I think when you get to that point, it's like if it's in reach, I mean, it's a goal. I guess what it is, you have to kind of have yourself some kind of goal, because otherwise you get kind of okay. We're still having great fun with this, even if we weren't monetized. So it doesn't matter. But a goal, yeah, it was a goal of mine. It says, hey, we're doing all this. We're get a little bit of something if YouTube's willing to give out. I mean,
Right.
we're doing all this work. Why not get a little back, right? We're
Right.
not gloating. We're not oh, look at me, I'm a superstar. We're not having any of that kind of attitude.
Right.
It's just we got to watch so we don't get YouTube burnout. And that sometimes we get that feeling of it, so we step back, take a break, and redo it. But on the other hand, it's comments like you Daryl, and a lot of other YouTube supporters that say something or compliment or give us feedback in a certain way, and it lights a fire underneath our rear end again. So it's that constant revolving with not only us but other YouTube channels, us doing the same to other people, giving them the inspiration also, not just us. So it's a give and take all the time.
Right. Exactly. So, okay. So I have another question. I'm going to raise my hand. Okay. So where so far have you been? That's one of your niche places that you would love to go back to and film from? What's one of your favorite places to film from? I guess is the question.
Deschler.
Deschler.
Well, there you go, guys.
Ohio.
Deschler, Ohio. I have been there 3 times. I don't know what it is. So we got friends out there and people we've kept in contact with. Dave and I just spent 8 days out there this last week and a half. We got back last Saturday. Got tons of video footage for the future. We met up with some cool guys that we met already. Jenny and I last year. BHIL3, Bruce and his son Jamie. Lost Depot Chris. We met him for the first time. Pappy, of course, try goggling. It's always a pleasure. And you need to get up here for beer, brats, and cheese. So
now, okay, just to let you guys know, I would have probably never really, I would have seen you guys all over, but if it wasn't for my dear friend Pappy, I would have never really known about you guys or even probably subscribed to you guys. So Pappy gets all the credit for that one. And I thank Pappy for that because you guys are such a wonderful channel. And like I said, I see you guys everywhere. And I thank you for that because, this is a tight knit community and, we try to do our best to support everybody. And You guys give a lot of support, and I thank you for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And so last time we came from Ohio last October, I told Jenny, I says, I just want to go home and pack my bags up and get back here permanently, relocate. I like Northwestern Ohio. Some people like shake their head and look at you. What? I said, well, yeah, but that's we know a couple people out there, a couple of fellow railroaders, and a lot of different people we kept in touch with. The atmosphere is nice. The communities are great over there, and there's a lot for us to do in our genre over there. And I don't know, there's something about it. So, yeah, I Ohio, Northwest Ohio area, no matter what railroad park in it. Second coming, second runner up is definitely Kansas City. We've been there
Oh
twice.
yeah,
We met up with Kansas City Railfan Daryl from over
yeah.
there. He's a great guy, great
Uh,
channel.
did you say my other brother, Daryl?
Yep.
Exactly, your other brother Daryl.
Kansas and Missouri
Kansas
Rail Fan,
City,
yep.
City, Missouri Railfan. Plus the barbecue over there
Oh
is
yeah.
awesome. I've been there 3 times, so
I get that
yeah,
all
that
the time. Your other brother, Daryl. Now, I put Mom and Son Train Rail Fans, and I want to break for them for just a minute.
Oh
Now,
yeah.
yep.
everybody knows Tammy and Ray, and I got to tell you, Mom and Son's Trains Rail Fan, they're like have become like one of the pillars in this community. I mean, they're constantly sending out a lot of love, and they're
Mhm.
sending out letters, and it's a nice, exactly what she said there, and the key word smile. And when I do receive something from them, it puts a smile on my face. And my mom always goes, Daryl, who's Tammy? Not my wife, my mom. My mom goes, Daryl, who's Tammy? And I go, Mom, she's a rail fanner. Oh, because I see my son, I see a lot of letters from her to you. And I go, Mom, relax. Just relax. I go, she's just a rail fanner. So Tammy, my mom knows you very, very, very well already. But I just wanted to break and say that Mom and Train's Rail Fun. They do bring a lot of smile, a lot of sunshine to this community, and everybody I talk to behind the scenes just absolutely adores them and love them. And I got to tell you, I don't see. I mean, I don't, but I mean, they have a rail fan car. As a matter of fact, I just watched one of their videos today, and she goes, "I need more stickers." That's what she said. I need more stickers for my rail fan car. So, yeah. So, we're very all appreciated of Tammy and Ray, and especially the gentleman who is helping them with the rail with their layout is Ray Burleson, and he's just doing a fantastic job and helping out Tammy and Ray doing that layout. So, but anyways, um, okay. So my next question. I don't know if did I miss any questions, Jenny. If I missed any questions, go back and go.
Anyway, we kind of
Yeah.
watching over here.
I would
Okay.
like to add to your comment, Daryl. The mom and son rail fan, Tammy Ray, they're awesome people. I watch their videos all the time as I'm going through some of the notifications because we help Dave out when we can, and I mean I love what they're doing together and the layout,
Yeah.
sharing things, getting things. It's such a support. It brings such a smile to my face and seeing what this community does for each other that it reminds me of all this hard work why we're doing it and they're an inspiration to the community also as for many of other channels are
Oh
too,
yeah.
but I mean yeah, I can't say enough about that either. It's great. We've gotten stuff from them too, and Jenny and I just have a smile on their faces all the time, and they do good stuff too for the community.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, go ahead and take over just for a minute. You can go ahead and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make you guys a blue because I just saw your. So that way, everybody who's in the chat can tap onto your whoever's not subscribed to Stormy Sky Rail Productions, and that goes with everybody that's in here. And I'm going to go ahead and make them a blue wrench. So, oh, no, they already are. Okay. All right. Very good. Okay. I thought mostly everybody in here is a blue wrench. So, um, okay. So, okay. So, any more questions? Okay. Let me put
I
this
do
one up.
enjoy Rochelle too.
Yeah, Rochelle's all right. You know
If you
what?
want to just sit and relax and watch trains roll by, and
Yeah, we're only an hour and 15 minutes from Rochelle, but
yeah,
Oh,
I, I
okay.
I still think that I personally
well, yes, but
like Ohio. You know that's just me.
yeah, we'd like to get out to the Reading and Northern sometime out by Ian.
Yeah, we would really love to get out that way too. And there's a lot of places out. We want to go back out to Pennsylvania soon. I know a lot of people are wondering about CCRX Dave and I getting back together and doing another video, which I'm kind of looking forward to do. And so
So
hopefully later on this year we get back over
I
there.
saw Lehigh River in there. Hello, Ian. Now, have you guys gotten up into that area with Ian, where Ian films?
Not
No,
yet.
not yet. We're hoping to sometime in the near future.
Yeah,
Yeah, Ian's got a nice little niche in there. It's extremely beautiful through there. It's just absolutely drop dead gorgeous through there. And here's another question. So, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm full of questions. Um, so, Jenny, do you ever go out with your husband and film? I mean, are you part of?
oh yeah, we go out
Okay,
together
Oh, a
all the
lot,
time.
a lot. Yes, we go out a lot. So together.
okay. Is she why you're filming? Is she out there giving the engineers love so they give her a honk honk? I mean,
All the time. I'm
I
like,
mean,
okay. Half these locomotive engineers know me on the Canadian National here because they had to talk to me going through to Plainville at the Diamond when I had the track time out there when I was section foreman. But and she gets all the honks and waves, and I'm thinking they're doing it to me, but actually, yeah, I get a lot of honks. I mean, waves, because they know me and stuff. But still, yeah, she gets a lot of the attention, I guess. So.
okay. So Sean says, I believe I'm a subscriber to everyone on chat, but I had no idea that you can go to the blue wrench and subscribe to that channel. I've been doing it the hard way the longest time. Laugh out. No. Okay, that's why I make everybody blue here. Now, this was never my this is not my idea. This idea came from Anthony Dodge's channel, the Model Train Outsider, and I really liked how Anthony. I saw how Anthony does conducts his live stream, and Anthony makes everybody blue in his live stream, so it makes it easier for everybody. All you have to do is tap onto them. That's all you have to do. You just go in there, tap onto their name, and boom, it brings you up a page, and you can go right to their channel, and you can hit subscribe, hit the bell notifications, go back later, and then you can go back and give them love and comment, and it'll bring you right back into the stream. Now, YouTube, you didn't have to use to do that. You were able to go ahead and tap on right there, but YouTube has made things a little more different. So, at any case, yeah. So it just makes it easier to you know to help everybody out in this great community.
Sladen has a question.
Okay, okay, Sladen.
Yeah, he says I have a question, but he hasn't typed
Well,
it yet.
okay. Let me see. I got a question for Stormy Sky. Okay,
Oh, here we go.
so
Storm.
go ahead, Sladen.
What do we enjoy more, storms or trains?
Well, Jenny and I both love storms. That's what makes our marriage really that much more enjoyable. We got a lot of the same interests in that. I personally, it's a toss up. Um, you know, working for the railroad all them years kind of sucked the 24/7 drooling over railroad as I was with a kid because I always wanted to work for the railroad. Working for the railroad kind of drains it out a little bit. And now that I'm back into it, I haven't been storm chasing in a few years, and I was looking forward to getting back to into it. I did in March a couple months ago during that high risk area down in Illinois. My cousin called me up. I said, "Let's go. I'm ready to get some storms." So we went to Galesburg, Illinois, on the BNSF, and on the west and by Cameron Junction. And I said, "Let's set up here because the storm motion is so fast." And we ended up getting what our channel is really all about that day. We got a rotating wall cloud. It wanted to produce a tornado. It didn't, but we got great footage. We got trains all in one, and we switched the trailer to our channel to what that meaning was. So, I used to be afraid of storms when I was a kid. I couldn't. I was just terrified of them. Now I go chase tornadoes around. So it's a tie. It's a tiebreaker. I love them both.
Go ahead, Steve and Jenny. Keep talking.
Oh,
Okay. So
I'm trying to find certain people in here so I can make them blue so they everybody recognizes them and it makes it easier.
we like the more photogenic storms over just than like a general rain shower,
yeah, we wish we haven't gotten a lot of big storms here in our area, but in Wisconsin in the last few years. Um, so this year it's quiet right now. It's pretty dead around this region. So I'm hoping it kind of fires back up in June. And that I got video of more storms and trains together that I shot end of last month at Sturtevant where I was headquartered. I haven't posted any of that video yet. This month is a very busy month for us. We don't have time to really edit a lot of extravagant videos like we have due to being gone for 8 days in Ohio. Plus, we got an upcoming obligation with Jason from JJ Drones this Saturday, and we got another obligation a week after for a few days. So this month is really, really active out in the field getting things. So I'm hoping once June gets here, we can get back to and we have that premiere every Saturday night at between 6 and 6:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. However, not this Saturday, the Memorial Day weekend. That's the first Saturday we are not going to have a premiere since October due to the obligations we got to attend to. There's just no time for it that weekend. So.
Yeah, as I explained to you guys, I mean, I enjoy your guys' premieres, as I do Ian from uh, Lehigh River subdivision. And lately, I haven't been able to hit your guys. There's just no excuse. I'm in my busy season, and I usually on my Saturdays now. I'm not getting home until 5:15, 5:30. And I know Artie over there in Aussie America. He's like, "Hey, where you been? You're not joining my streams." That's just because this time of year for me, I'm just super super busy. So hopefully in the next 2 or 3 weeks, I'm going to go back to my a normal schedule of having 2 days off, and maybe I can, um, you know, I can get back to joining it. Now, Friday nights for me are hit and miss. Friday nights, sometimes my wife and I go out, and she likes to dance. So, I mean, I take her dancing. So sometimes, Friday nights are really hard for me too. So,
yeah.
um,
Well, your family and your job come first, I mean, it's just the way it
well,
is.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, and so I try to, like you were just saying, this next month is going to be really, really busy for you guys, and everybody understands, and even for me, I understand. I do. I completely understand. So, let me see here. I'm trying to catch up with chat because I was trying to make everybody blue wrenches, and I think I got everybody in here blue. I think so because it just makes it easier to tap onto people's and give them love. But at any case, so let me see here. Did I miss any questions? Don't.
Slated, and we did go to Kansas last year, and we didn't get any storms.
Yeah, we missed
In May of last year.
We missed the storms by 2 weeks. There was a huge outbreak, and Jenny and and I'm going to give a shout out to Ryan Hall. He's awesome at what he does with the weather forecasting on YouTube, and we're watching him live, and it's like, oh man, we got to get down there. I wish we were down there now. We could get the big mothership clouds with the trains, and it didn't work out that way. Instead, we left home one morning last May. It was 52 degrees here. We get to Kansas City, it was 98 in a matter of 7 hours. It's like, well, our bodies could not get used to that.
See, now this is how you know you're loved. Derail Daryl, get your priorities in order. It's us, then family, and shop.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how
don't we wish? Don't we wish?
Yeah, that's that. And I wanted to say hi, hello, Railfan man, Jason. How you doing, brother? And yeah, so welcome to the live stream. I'm glad you can make it tonight, my friend. Let me see. Thank you for that, Derek. I appreciate that. I feel love now. Yeah. So okay. So we got some of your favorite places. Now, let's just say you guys are in Wisconsin. Okay. Do you guys got something wrong with the West Coast, Rail Fanning?
No,
we just haven't made it out there yet.
We're just
we're waiting for those plane tickets.
I'm only messing with you guys.
No, I really want to get out West Coast. I really do. We want to meet up with a lot of people out that way, and we would love to get out to Hatchapee and that. And there was one guy I really want to get out there with and hang out for a day because he's a fellow retired railroader from the SPUP, signal maintainer. And Mark McGowan, I really want to get out there. I've contacted him before, and I can't wait to get out that way to meet up with him and talk railroading. So
okay, now that I have Mystic Railroad up here, okay, there is a subject I would just like to just talk about on camera. Okay, I caught one of Mystic's shorts 2 days ago. It was from 2 months ago.
Oh.
Okay. And I thought to myself, why am I getting Mystic Railroad's notification? It was an actual notification right then and there. So I clicked onto it. I always give the thumbs up before I go in and comment. I gave the thumbs up. I went in there and watched, and then I typed away. And then I started looking. I'm like, 2 months ago? Well, this is starting to happen. I am starting to get notifications from people that were months ago. And I will say the same for my channel. I put out a couple videos just recently within the last week, and there's a lot of people that I know that comment on my channel. They haven't commented on my channel. And I'm like, okay, so I've been hearing this going around YouTube. StormySky, have you guys been kind of getting the same thing? You're getting notifications too late.
Yeah, like we've gotten some that like months ago, a couple weeks ago. It's like all of a sudden here it is. We've also had problems with comments on videos being on notifications and then not being on the video.
Oops, excuse me. I just dropped them.
And also, I'll fill in too. I was on Boxcar Jerry's live stream yesterday, and a lot of people weren't getting notifications or notified. I've been hearing that not just from that live stream I was on, but other people too. And our notifications actually have been down because this morning when we woke up, we know Dave was in a few, but there hasn't been many this past week, and our views have been down just a tad. So it's been down overall, and not just us. It's all over the board. I'm glad you said something because, and I know Jerry made a mention on his live stream yesterday, if he's watching this, that everybody needs to maybe reevaluate their notifications and re-hit the bell or something, maybe to reset stuff. So,
yeah, exactly. So, I've seen it on my end, and I know there's other guys that have been saying the same thing. Their
Sorry,
numbers,
hands causing trouble.
oh, that's fine, and their numbers are down, and I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but so I think what I'm going to do is go back into my settings and undo the bell, hit the bell, and see if that does the trick. Because
Wait, like
I feel bad that I'm commenting on somebody's channel that I would normally comment on when they post a video, but if I'm not getting the notifications, I can't comment. It's not like I'm going through everybody's channel everybody day. Okay, well, who posted this? I can't do that. I mean, as it is as enough. I comment a lot, and I try to do my best. So, let me see here.
the other thing we
Hey,
haven't
son.
got is we don't see people's community posts on our homepage. We have to go to each channel individually to see them. I don't know. I emailed YouTube about it and stuff, but they haven't fixed it yet.
Well, there you go. There you go. It's never
There
too
you
late to watch, like, and comment. And you're absolutely right. Okay, so Railfan, Jason, the Railfan man. Has anyone noticed at the beginning of the video you watched, or even a live stream, the advertisement seems to play through more now than being able to skip through it, or is just me? Okay.
Yeah.
Without saying, kind of saying, revenue for YouTube is, I read, is kind of down, and they're trying to do their best to keep up with all that's going on, and hopefully they can overcome that, because I really like YouTube. I've tried some other places, but it's just not the same. It just, YouTube is just a great platform. It is, and I enjoy it. So who knows what's going to happen? But I have noticed a lot of things. So hey, Roy. So Container Man 68. Hey, I noticed that I couldn't get community posts on my Z Fold 3, but now I can. So YouTube fixed that. Okay. Well, there you go. And
Well, I've
so
done the
hello,
same
Bob.
thing, Mystic, where I go and watch the channel's first video. Sometimes it's kind of interesting.
Okay, I got a question, Wigwag.
Oh,
Wigwag Workstation. I pay for premium. Okay, I'm not sure I know what.
we have premium too, so you have no ads on your.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that's a YouTube thing. So I do see that in my phone. I can say, "Hey, get YouTube Premium." Is that
Yeah.
what that is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because I think they have some music or something you can get on there too, and but yeah, no ads.
Okay, Anthony Dodge, Railfan man. If a channel is monetized, the creator picks a type of commercials. The link is up to the ad maker, but you can choose to make those skippable after 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, hmm yes, that is correct. And let me see here. The Spirit of Colorado Railroad HO and N scale layout. Well, good evening. I have an ad blocker on my computer, so I get no ads at all. Okay, that's really interesting.
That's what I got on mine too. I got an ad blocker on my computer.
Yeah, I need an ad blocker for all the dirty magazines they try to sell me. I need one of those. And Lynn McCurdy says, "Dear Daryl, I used to use Vimeo.
Oh,
They
Vimeo.
started
Yeah.
Vimeo, and they started charging so much to post a video. That's how I came to YouTube." Oh, okay, all right.
Hmm.
Well, you know what? I'm glad you're at YouTube, because real fan man, I need that too. I need that laugh out loud. Yeah. Hey, Florida Railroad Dog, how you doing, buddy? Um, and I'm on my page. Okay. So Um, I had another good question. Okay, so I got through that one. I got through that one. Okay, because these are all questions I just had, just questions, and so um, when you come west, where do you think you guys are going to want to go first? I mean, if that happens, because you know as well as I do, the Americas are a very beautiful country to film from. It's
Mm,
a very, very beautiful country to film from, and California is no different. California has got some really beautiful railroading, and they're mostly up north, like in the Sierras, the Pass. You've got the Tehachapi Loop. You've
mhm.
got I've got in my own backyard the Cajon Pass, which is
Yeah.
a pretty awesome pass, and trains go through there all day long and all night long. And I would like to go up there and film myself, but it's just time to go up there and film. Hence, I'm a model railroad channel, but I do love trains of all, so that's why I do post some Railfan videos. So
Te-
where would you guys think you might want to?
Tehachapi,
Tehachapi,
yeah.
Cajon. I would like to go to Donner's Pass too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
Like the Seligman sub on the BNSF.
okay. Yeah. I would. Well, there was a comment before. I would love to go to the
Yeah, the Feather River
Feather
Canyon looks
River
nice.
Canyon. I would love to go. There's a lot of places out west I want to go. It's just every time we plan to go out there, um, some things have been coming up, and then all of a sudden we got to go back east. And I'm hoping maybe next year we can make it work and head out west. I'm really hoping that next year.
yeah. Okay.
But we have to see all the boys up in Northeast Canada also.
Oh
They're,
yeah.
they're begging for us to get up there, Trackside Mike and all them guys. So we gotta have a hopefully a big cookout party up there with them guys too. So there's
Yeah.
lots of going on.
Okay. So um, I like to watch a lot of things. So I actually watch a lot of the train hoppers. I
Mm,
watch jumping off. I believe it's jumping off a cliff.
jumping off a
Uh,
cliff. Yeah. That's the
yeah,
guy
and,
that lives in like the RV or something, right?
yes. I like watching him. I watch Dancer. And actually, Dancer just put out a video, what, maybe a month or so ago, or a few weeks ago. He was rail fanning in British Columbia, the gorge through there,
Mm.
and it was just extremely beautiful, just absolutely gorgeous through that. And that would be probably another pick in Canada, the British Columbia. That I think I'm not.
Mhm.
It's not the Thompson Gorge. Maybe it is a Thompson Gorge. I'm not really sure. Hey, Lee, did I miss you, brother? I know Lee. Everybody, Lee from the Anvil. Hey, oh, I now you're going. Lee, I'm sorry I missed you, but somebody said you weren't blue, and I'm like, okay, that can't be true. So I was looking to see Lee. Thank you for being here, my friend.
Oh
I
yeah.
know it's very, very late for Lee, and but in any case, yeah, I like to watch those channels. And okay, so let me see here,
Yeah, I
Ron.
like
Hey,
Revelstoke. I like
Ron.
to go there sometime.
The Revelstoke area on our railroad on the Canadian side
Hmm.
at Canadian Pacific, now CPKC, I still have to get used to that, is the most dangerous part of our railroad, I guess, in that pass up there.
Oh,
Um,
that kicking horse pass
yeah,
and all
that's
that.
that's where that runaway train happened that one year. And that's we heard from a lot of the Canadian managers that came down and gave our safety classes and stuff. How actually the Canadian Rockies are more dangerous than the U.S. Rockies to work out there. So
Yeah, and like I said, I wouldn't really know what that looks like up there if I hadn't been watching, various videos, because there's various videos that I'll watch where some channels will do different parts of countries, and I do like watching, all parts all over the world, and because it's really really interesting what you see, and so let me see here.
I want to thank Dave Nitch for helping jump on the chat here. He couldn't make it live with us, but he's working behind the scenes like he always
yeah.
does.
Okay.
So he's in here working, doing what he does best.
Okay.
Working
Yeah.
feverishly in
What Dave
comments.
said too,
Hi,
Trackside
Dave.
Tyson has some good videos from the.
Yeah, Trackside
Yeah.
Tyson. Trackside Tyson's he's a good guy up there. Tony V does some great aerial up there, aerial footage. Tony V from Canada. And then
Okay, before I went live, Jenny, I, and Steve got up there, and I told them this has everything to do with what Mystic so pointed out. I said, hey, look, you know what? I'm here for you guys tonight. I'm not going to be running any trains. I'm not going to be flipping the camera. As a matter of fact, I'd really have the camera on you guys. But I'm not going to be running any trains. This is strictly for StormySky Rails, and that's what we're doing tonight. And because you all know I love to run my trains, and I love to put some of the stuff that's up in there. And but tonight, I'm honored to have them up on, and I want to give them the show and the floor. And so now that we, but Mystic, next live stream, I'll make sure that I give you notification that I'm going to be running trains. So let me see.
Daryl, I would like to add something before I forget. Just thought about it. So Dave and I were out in Ohio for 8 days last week. Week and a half. We stopped by our friend Howie's place again to shoot part 2. Those of you who don't know, we did a part 1 video, and we did a premiere on it on the
Conrail Carruthers branch.
Conrail's Carruthers branch railroad on his layout, a layout tour with Howie, and he went around. We went explain stuff last end of last year. We put it up. It's in our playlist if you want to go back and refer to it. Dave and I worked very hard to get new footage, updated footage of episode 2 last week. We did an operating session on his layout. He had 5 actual railroad guys that come over, and they run. We got some great footage this time of actual track warrants and stuff over radio communication, and updated things on his layout. We did a different camera angles this time. We also did a runaround with a little cube GoPro thing. That's a cube. Well, funny story. I have to tell this. So we ran it around during the operating session, just before the operating session that Sunday, just when third day there. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to get back to the hotel room and check this video footage out. I'll let you know how it turned out. So we ran this cube around the helix and everything else. So I was trying to get it back home, and I borrowed this from somebody, one of our friends. I borrowed it. So I didn't know the piece of equipment that well because I never operated it. So GoPro, yeah, but not this cube thing. So anyway, so we ran it around the layout, and I got back to the hotel. I downloaded the card, and all of a sudden I took the cube apart, and I'm like, uh-oh, there's the lens cap. I didn't know it was a lens cap on this cube. So we ran around in the dark. So we ended up having to contact Howie again, and we ran it another time later in the week, and we went back to his house. So we got the footage now we needed, but it would help taking the camera lens off.
Yeah.
Tammy and Ray has a question.
Okay.
Yeah, Jenny and Steve, Ray wants to know if you've had been to Hawk's Nest and climbed the tower.
No.
I'm not even sure where that is.
Yeah. No idea if you can help us out. Where is that and stuff like that.
We have to add it to our place. It's
Yeah.
places, our bucket list.
Our bucket list of places to go.
Yeah, I don't know what that is either. Maybe Tammy can explain a little bit more, or maybe even Pappy. Maybe Pappy might know. I don't know.
I finally made it out to my bucket list after since I wanted to go there since I was a little kid. I finally made it out to Horseshoe Curve last year,
Yeah,
so it took a long time, but I made it.
yeah, that would be a cool place to go to. Look, I mean, I'm on the West Coast, and I mean, everybody I pretty much knows on the East Coast, and I've seen so many beautiful places to go in Railfan, and hopefully one day soon, I'm going to get on a plane and I'm going to go over that way, and hopefully get to visit a bunch of people, and at least get one good day of rail fanning. With a bunch of you fine people back east, and you know, I'm excited and looking forward to that. Because I do enjoy trains. I drive all over Southern California, and where I kind of rail fan is just an area where I visit every day, and I just happen to catch a kind of a neat consist, and people seem to like that consist, and actually one of those locomotives that came out of that consist actually had an accident. They took
Oh,
that locomotive out of that consist and they stuck it over to San Fernando Valley, and it had an accident. I guess it turned on its side or something like that. That's all I know. I haven't heard, but the consist isn't looking so tagged up as it used to look, but it's still a very interesting local to catch. But in any case, what I was going to say, I like how uh, you guys visit people's layouts. I think that is really cool. And you guys have done premieres on people's layouts.
we
Hands
have fun
down,
with
that's really cool.
We have fun. Yes.
Yeah. Um, Containerman 68. Derail Daryl, you need to go up North I-5 to where the train shares a highway bridge to go over Shasta Lake. Yes, I've been up that way. I've been up that way several times on my way up to the state of Washington. And yeah, that's just an absolute beautiful, beautiful area up there. And thank you for that, Roy. Yeah, there's so many places. Ohio Steam. It says, "Where in California are you, Daryl?" Well, I'm close to the mountains. I'm in a San Gabriel Valley. Let's just put it that way. I'm in San Gabriel Valley of California, which is just east of downtown LA. And if anybody knows of Ted and Bill's adventures, San Dimas, so I'm close to San Dimas, California. So that was a really big movie in the 80s. So yeah, so that's where I live. I'm driving to the West Coast in August, driving to California, then to Washington. Okay, Dirk. Um, by the way, I want to say, just as I'm seeing and I'm bringing people up, this just brings me to mind because I will do this from time to time. Dirk does a great job. He's a great spokesman, and he puts out really nice content. So, if anybody has not subscribed to Ohio Steam and Still, please go check out his channel. He's like I said, he's great narrator, and I enjoy watching his videos.
it.
Let's move along here. Okay, so Lynn McCurdy says Daryl is just over the hill from me, and that is true. Lynn, I think Norman Rowe and AJ from AJ's Weathering. They're all over the hill for me. They're like about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. So we're relatively pretty close. There's a few other people. Just sorry, I just caught this. Don't come to Washington State. Laugh out loud. Not safe here. I watch a lot of YouTube videos, but I do have family that lives up there, actually in Seattle. But it's been a long time since I've been up there, so I don't think I'm going to be going there anytime soon. But thank
I
you.
see Tammy answered the question. The
Oh,
Hawk's
she
Nest
did?
is part of the New River Gorge, West Virginia.
Okay, so Harksness is in
Yeah.
Ansted, West Virginia, and it's part of the New River Gorge. West Virginia, I've seen a couple videos on West Virginia.
Yeah.
Stunning, beautiful through there, just absolutely
Yeah.
gorgeous. I watched this guy RVTV, I think is what it is. It's RVT or RVTer. Yeah, I think it's RVTer. And he actually got back east this year, and he's got a neat little channel. Has nothing to do with model railroading, but that's the nice thing about YouTube. I watch so many things on YouTube. My head's full of knowledge. Um, it's like I've been there already. But Colorado is one of those states where there's so much railroading going on there. I mean, you've got help
The
me out
joint
here.
line. The joint line.
Yeah, you've got that. You've got the I don't know. There's a lot of rail fanning
The
in
Durango
Colorado.
and Silverton. Durango and
Mhm.
Silverton.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Hmm.
So Roy says, derailed Joe, I probably drive by fairly close to where you live when I'm driving I-210. Yes, yes, you are very close. As a matter of fact, I'm a couple blocks away from the 210 freeway. Actually, if I listen really closely, I can hear the Jake brakes. That's how close I am to the freeway. So um, yeah. So the spirit. Oh, I don't see one. Let me see here. What does this one says? Oh, that's awesome, Anthony, brother-in-law, kayak, New River Gorge. He loved it. Very good. Okay, here we go. Stormy Skyrail production. Some to think about. August next year, 2024, MR in Long Beach. Yeah, I'm planning on going to that. Now,
Mm.
I got a question, Lynn. Do you have to be an MRA member to get in? It's just yes or no? Because I'm kind of I'm not an NMRA member, but I will become one way before then because Long Beach is like right in my backyard. So that
I
was a
thought,
question for you guys.
I thought you might get a discounted rate if you're a member. Last time I looked,
And if you're okay,
you have to like pre-register for a lot of things that they do.
okay, okay. So Lynn says no, you don't. Okay.
To see the layouts, you do.
So let me see here. Ian says those are the best rapids east of the Mississippi, if I recall correct. So I'm just catching. I'm just catching. Wigwag. I want to move to South Central Tennessee area.
Tennessee's nice.
Okay. All right. Very good. Okay. Wow. Okay. So let me see here. There was a couple more questions I have. Does anybody have any more questions for Stormy Sky Rail Productions? Come on. I know there's a lot of questions you guys have. Don't be shy. Just ask. Okay. Sladen, am I doing good helping out all? Of
Always.
course. Yeah.
Always. Always.
Everybody is.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, actually, Sladen's channel is become a very fast growing channel.
It has.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has. And okay, here we go. Thank you, Wigwag. So Wigwag, ham rated related. Do you feel day? I have no idea what that means.
Yeah, we do. This past last year, I wasn't able to do it. I think because of the schedule, it was so busy getting home from Pennsylvania and stuff. But this June, I'm hoping to the last weekend of June. I'm hoping to attend Field Day.
You've done Winterfield
I
Day
did.
before.
We have Winterfield Day, which I go ahead and do we haven't had it since pre-COVID, so I'm hoping that we get back to Winter Field Day next year. I go to a lot of ham fests around, local ham fests, and actually I use a ham radio as a scanning device when I'm scanning out trackside. I have in technical, I have a Yaesu FT 8800, which I can listen to. It's a dual band radio, it's called. I can listen to one side, strictly one railroad. Like the CN here, I can just have their channel on. And on the other side, I can scan the whole railroad bank, AAR bank at once. I can do all that at once. So, and I have a specific radio just set up for railroading, ham radio. And then I have my other ham radio, the Kenwood, to talk on 2-meter 440. But that's I want to get my HF radio, but that's a little bit more money, and so I can start talking to people around the world. But I do that at Ham Fest. Field day and stuff.
So here we go. Here's another question. I think this is a trick question, though.
I'll let Jenny go first on this one.
I don't particularly have one. I do like Chessie, but current railroads, I don't really have a favorite. I do like CSX.
Oh.
I do like to see like the special units that they come out with, like UP, NS, all like the heritage units or the commemorative units.
Yeah. I on the other hand, I grew up next to the Chicago Northwestern. Got to know a lot of employees from there as a teenager and stuff. The railroad was amazing to hang around. I liked Conrail. I love that blue. It was a tiebreaker between Conrail and Chicago Northwestern for me. Actually, if I would have waited one more week for hiring with a railroad, I would have worked for Chicago Northwestern than Union Pacific. But I took whatever came first, and Canadian Pacific came first, so I ended up jumping on them. So, but yeah, them two are my favorite. Dave, on the other hand, I think it was Chicago Northwestern, if I'm mistaken, but he can answer that in the chat. He's taking care of the chat. Dave Nitch, he can answer his favorite railroad on there. So that's basically what it was. I do miss that Conrail blue. I love that Conrail blue, and the Chicago Northwestern guys were great too. So.
And Mom and Son Train Railfans. Ray wants to know if you have a weather van.
No, we have a SUV. No vans. My cousin has the van for storm chasing and spotting. My cousin does. My cousin does. And we have our weather radios, and we have our like I said, for a while I did, and this is getting off topic, I did help out with the Skywarn weather nets on ham radio. With Milwaukee area Skywarn for a few years, back when Skip was still alive. So I did help out on the weather nets and stuff. So I was very actively involved in the weather, but now it's both railroading again and trains.
So Happy Valley Hobbies wanted to know the Powerball questions. I already have them. I already know them. If you want to email me, Edward, I'll give them to you.
6, 22,
48,
27,
72.
The Powerball is 16.
There you go. You just heard it live on Derail Daryl. So Mystic Railroad has a question. Do you guys ever Railfan in New Orleans area? Like 6 class ones go through there?
No, I haven't been that far south. The furthest south I've been was in Arkansas on a storm chase. The first time I went out storm chasing, I was invited. And that's the furthest south I've been. And then Kansas City, furthest southwest. No, I take that back. Norman, Oklahoma at the Storm Prediction Center was my furthest southwest I've been.
Okay, now we're flooded with questions. So, Stormy, what is the story behind your channel name?
Okay, we just put a new channel trailer up, which is perfect to what our channel is about. I went out storm. For those who weren't earlier, I went storm chasing finally once again with my cousin this past March in a high risk tornado area that they're Galesburg, Illinois, and just west of there, Cameron Junction. We got a funnel cloud video. Wanted to hit the ground, but it didn't. But we were tornado warned, and we got some train action in between and time lapse. We do have an exciting moment in that video. If you guys watch the premiere in our playlist of Saturday night's premieres or specials or whatever it's called, my cousin and I, the storm motion was really fast that day. We tried to get ahead of the line of storms again to get some good videos, let it come to us, and then let it pass us. Well, the storms were going so fast, we found ourselves in the middle of what's called an an inflow band. So I told my cousin, the tornado, we are in a tornado somewhere. It was rain wrapped. You can tell the inflow band with the strong winds. That's in our video on the time lapse. Turns out the tornado touched down briefly, not a big one, but a brief rain wrapped tornado touched down about a mile north of our location. So I have 30 years of weather training and stuff. I'm not an expert in any way, but I do have a lot of training and radar training behind my belt too, besides railroading stuff and knowledge about the weather. And, trains and weather kind of go hand in hand, because when we're all trackside, any of us are trackside, hey, we're in the middle of the weather too. So that's the meaning of our channel, Trains and Weather. Our two interests, our two passions in life put together as one.
So I wanted to, so excuse me just for a minute. I saw somebody comment here, and it was George. So I'm gonna show George getting into his Jeep, because he said he was getting into his Jeep. There's George's Jeep. There's George's Jeep right there.
All right.
Good luck, my friend George, because the train right now is out of order. Tell your wife you're going to be late. Tell your wife you're going to be late for dinner.
They went into emergency, right? They're stuck there. They can't find an issue.
Yeah. The Jane needs to find its way home.
Sorry, I couldn't resist that one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. So let me put both of us back up there. All right. So we got new comments here. So yeah, I got kind of behind because I asked people to put out questions.
Yeah.
And Postmodern, how you doing, buddy? Let me see.
Derek Alexander asked what kind of cameras we use.
And then did I see you respond to him?
No.
Dave did.
Oh, Dave did.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Dave. Yeah, no, because I can't get to everybody's questions, Dave. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. Because I want to try to get to everybody. Sky Warning.
We use a couple GoPros and our phones, and then we have a Nikon camera.
And we have a camcorder too that I got. Just a regular whatever one. Our phones these phones nowadays are amazing. They do a terrific footage and stuff. So, do you have Dorothy ready when you chase storms? Yeah, she's ready, right? Ready to save the day.
So Ian says Best Buy has the Canon T7 with 2-lens combo for $550. That's good to know.
Yeah, Dave uses a Canon T7i, I think it is.
Jenny and I are Nikon when it comes to shooting photos. I used to use a Canon Pro Shot to video trains, but since I started using my cell phone and stuff, I mean, it's amazing. I started using my cell phone 4 years ago, and then I got upgraded cell phones. But man, these cell phones are just amazing, and the footage they take and stuff. Now, that I do use the I use my Panasonic camcorder, just something generic. My dad didn't use it anymore, and he says, "You want it?" I said, "Yeah, why not? It's, if you're not going to use it, I'll try it out." So I used it in Kansas City last year, filming the tie gang, doing tie replacement, and I took very nice detailed footage of it and stuff and tested it out, and it actually did pretty good. So we use the GoPros have been working nice and stuff like that. So we're happy with it.
Yeah, that wouldn't work out very well.
No, an old Polaroid. I remember the old pictures that pop out and take time to develop. No, but I do have a regret, and a lot of people do. I talk to. I wish I would have taken a lot more photos back when I started for the railroad, when you could take photos. And before that, no electronic device rule went into effect. I wished I would have took a lot more photos during my beginning of part of my railroad career. I did take a lot of photos back in the mid 2000s, which I'm glad I did, of coworkers and us doing things, because a lot of them are passed on now, and you have those memories to look back on. So
Yeah. I use a Samsung 21. That's all I use. I do everything through my phone. That's the easiest. It is the easiest way for me to film, capture, edit, and download right there on YouTube. I mean, it's different. And I guess this is the reason why I haven't done so many video updates, is just because it takes time to film, edit, and it takes me hours just to film, maybe like not even a 10-minute. Well, by the time I'm done editing it, it could be mostly 10 minutes, something on my layout. But it's something I need to get started in doing. But that's why I choose, when I'm on live streams, I choose to use different cameras so I can show parts of my layout. And that's kind of, I know it sounds like an excuse, but it's really not. It's really.
Well, we to give a background on what we're doing. So we started up YouTube, and she had this outdated laptop, and my tower was okay, but it wasn't just. So our YouTube channel is growing so quickly and so much. The demand of us waiting hours for this processing to go, and this and that. So our good friend of ours, we upgraded our computer systems, her and I both, to gaming computers. We have 3 monitors each. We've been using Cyberlink PowerDirect for our video editing, and they got everything: photo editing, video editing, audio. And I've really was skeptical, because I'm not tech savvy kind of, but I'm learning a lot, and I'm having actually fun with it. That new trailer we did, that premiere of the weather train one, took me 8 hours to make sure everything's intact to edit. But that's music. We have a subscription to Epidemic Sound, so we got royalty-free music. We don't get penalized for.
Okay, so I'm sorry. What is this platform?
We use Cyberlink PowerDirect, and then for our music we use Epidemic Sound. They got
it's a music service.
It's a music service that is, you don't get strikes on if you post it to YouTube or something. It's
I'm confused. Okay, is this because and Lynn, editing. What's that? Okay, so is that something you can download? I mean,
okay.
You
have to subscribe to it.
You have to subscribe to it, and Epidemic Sound, and then you give downloadable songs.
Cyberlink, I'm talking about.
Oh, Cyberlink, yeah.
Cyberlink. The video editor. I think there's a free version.
There's a free version,
but they put their little Cyberlink on your video.
Okay, so what do you? I'm just asking, because this is a common thing. Everybody has their own, and so I'm always interested. I'm always looking for something that does it all. I mean, does Cyberlink do it all? Do they do the thumbnails? Do they do everything?
Well, they have a couple different products in their suite. Like they have the video editor, there's a photo editor, there's an audio editor, and then there's something else.
There's something else
that we don't use usually. So it's kind of a multitude of programs, separate programs within one group.
For a person like me, Cyberlink, and everybody has their own style, their own thing they do. But for me personally, Cyberlink was scary at first, but then when I got used to it, we had another program that we used. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, they do have an app for the phone too.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay.
yeah, I was going to ask that just the same question. And Anthony, Epidemic Sound is copyright royalty free music
Yep.
sites.
Yeah.
It's a great site, and we get
We like it.
a lot of our music off there that we use. My favorite thing to do,
So,
and
so how
is
does that work? I mean, I okay, because I'm not tech savvy. So exactly what Anthony Dodge says. So when you're done editing the video, I mean, how do you go from one site to another site? Do you take your video over to Epidemic when you're done? I'm
No,
just asking because I'm not all there yet as far as, I mean, I'm using my cell phone. I've just recently learned how to do thumbnails, just recently. So, how does that work? I mean, do you take the sound from Epidemic, move it over to, is that how that works?
you download the music file,
on your
and
computer
then
or on your phone,
onto your computer, your phone, whatever it is. And then when
Okay.
you're editing your video in Cyberlink, you put that as one of the files in the program.
and then you can edit and clip and all that. There's so much you can do with it. And the thing I've discovered, my favorite thing to edit is actually not trains. I told Jenny I have so much fun with time lapse of thunderstorms, putting music to storms and time lapse, and I do railroading. Even though I do a lot of editing with railroads and trains, but I've come to realize I love doing the weather with the music. That's my favorite part of the whole editing thing.
I'm sorry, John. Did I miss something? No, I'm telling, please. Is that for Double Barrel Daryl? Did I miss something? Sorry, I'm having such a good time. Excuse me, young man. It is not playtime right now.
Now you got the animal wanting to play.
Yeah. You know what? I got to put a bear cam up because he's just so adorable. I mean, he wants to play. So I need to get a camera up so when he comes up, I can give Bear some playtime. So yeah, I just need to get a camera for Bear. So okay, so let me see here.
Oh, I know Happy Valley's signing off, and he had a question.
Okay, what was the question? Good night. Problem is,
He had asked if we ever did a train versus storm video.
oh,
Steve
okay.
did do a video with storms and trains. It's on our it's on like our homepage.
It's on our homepage. It's in our channel trailer. Storms and trains both together. There was a tornado warned storm and a funnel cloud just about a quarter of a mile northwest of the junction at Cameron Junction where the BNSF tracks are. So, and the train was sitting there actually being recrewed. So, it was all in that area. So it's in our trailer. Plus, it's in our playlist, the whole video.
Well, let me see. Okay, postmodern.
Oh, yep.
Cyberlink is like an old 8-track recorder, but you can do multiple lines of music and videos on independent tracks, cut, paste, edit, etc. Import music, photos. Okay, that's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
So you could have voice on one line with the video, and then voice, and then you could have music also all playing at one time.
Container Man says buffering. I don't know. I think
No,
I'm
fine.
not seeing buffering. I've got my live on my phone, so I don't see no buffering.
We're
So
fine too. No buffering issues here. So just a heads
very
up.
good. So if nobody has any other questions for Stormy Sky Rails, I'm going to wrap this live stream up. And I want to thank Anthony says no buffering here. And Jenny and Steve, do you have anything you would like to say?
I just want to wrap it up and say, hey, thanks to all the supporters out there and the tight knit YouTube community that help each other out no matter what. It's been a pleasure being a part of this whole thing. And we're excited for the future, meeting more and more new people and having great lifelong contacts. It's just amazing what this platform has done, bringing people together in a positive way in our genre. So far, it's been great, and it doesn't matter what country we're from, what nationality, or whatever. It has been just a great atmosphere to be in, and we're enjoying every bit of it. And we thank you, everyone, for all the support and the watching of our videos and the feedback. And same thing with everybody else. We are so supportive of watching other people's videos too. So.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I remember 8-track. I remember 8-tracks.
I remember I had an 8-track playing Led Zeppelin "Stairway to Heaven" on my BMX dirt bike. Yeah, so I had an 8-track player back then, so I know exactly what. And as a matter of fact, I probably still have it somewhere. But
plus
anyway,
the rotary phone. Don't forget the rotary phone.
Right.
I remember that.
I want to thank each and every one of you that came in tonight and left. Thank you all very, very much for hitting up Derail's channel of Cab Crew. And thank you, StormySky, Rail, and crew. Jenny, it was a pleasure seeing you and meeting both you and your husband. And Dave, who's in the background working feverishly, thank you very, very much for helping me, answer some of the questions back in chat. I really appreciate you, brother. Appreciate it. Now, before I go, I want to say I have a couple announcements to make. I love M&M peanuts. I like Whoppers candies too. They're like one of my favorites. But most importantly, I want to say tomorrow is Thursday, so Crooked River and Eastern is not going to be on tomorrow because he is working. So Crooked River and Eastern will not be up tomorrow. And then at 6 p.m., you have Jim Tedesco that goes on. And then at 8 p.m., you have Go Via or Go Home. Let's not forget Fridays, Cuz Vin's up at 8 p.m. And then Saturday night, you have Aussie American Railroad with Artie. And then Sunday, you have the STS crew. Now, I did forget somebody in there. If Friday mid mornings, you have Anthony Dodge, the model train outsider. And you know what? I've hit his a couple times, and sometimes it's really hard for me to hit, but he's another super great channel to hit on Friday afternoons. That's Anthony's Dodge's live stream. He does great work. He's got an unbelievable layout set up in his cameras. It's just, he does an awesome job, and it's a great stream to go visit. And then we've got Sunday. We got STS crew, and then we're back to Monday, which is James and Mike over there at Off the Tracks, and then we get to Tuesday, and then you've got Heath that goes live, and then you've got On Track Tuesday before them, and then you're back to Wednesday again, Cab Crew. So, anyways,
And we would premiere Saturday night too. So if anybody's
That's right.
around.
Yes, and don't forget Stormy Rail's premiere. Now, Ian from Lehigh River does a premiere usually every Friday night, and I think, if I'm not correctly, he's doing one this Friday. Ian, if you're still up in there, please put a plug for your channel. And yes, thank you, Stephen. Derail Daryl back on track Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Is it 10 a.m.? Oh, okay. That's for you. For me, it's a different time. There's just so many good channels to hit out there. And thank you, Derek. You're probably right. There probably is an 8-track stuck in that player. There probably is. So, everyone, good night. Thank you for all being here.
Thanks for having us, Daryl.
Yep, thank you.
Oh yeah, no, you're very welcome, and thank you for coming up, you guys. And good. I'm glad everybody came up tonight. And well, with that, I'm going to say good night and we'll see you on the next. Oh, one more thing, Cab Crew. Next week is going to be Thomas Grassi for Cab Crew. And then the following week, which is going to be the 5th Wednesday, Trackside Mike is going to be hosting Cab Crew. So he'll be the last Wednesday for Cab Crew. That is Trackside Mike. So again, next week for Cab Crew is going to be Thomas Grassi. The following week is going to be Trackside Mike. And again, Crooked River and Eastern, Dave is not going to be on tomorrow. So, okay, with that said, I'm going to say good night, everybody, and we'll see you all soon.